I'm not gay, by the way.
Raise your fist to the air. Tunes brothers everywhere. Rockin' loud, feel the sound. Tunes brothers smashing ground. Whoa, rebels with guitars in hand. Raise your fist. Raise your fist.
Okay, welcome back into Tunes Brothers and another The Warning video. This time we will be doing their newest effort, Keep Me Fed. Dave, you're muted. Are you aware of that? Maybe I got to do it. Hang on. No, you're fine on my side.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're fine. Dave's got something going on.
You know, Dave said something before your song started. It might be caught in the beginning of the song because I heard it when you were playing the song.
That's fine.
So you said, I'm not gay.
You're still muted there, Dave.
I wonder if Dave could hear us.
Can you even hear us? Thumbs up if you can hear us, Dave. Okay. It still shows mute through your microphone. Dead air is always good for a podcast. So while Dave figures that out, Lewis.
Yes.
Your general thoughts on listening to this entire album?
My general thoughts have been a little bit mixed and everything else because I had to go through it several times. At first, I really didn't care for it at all because I found the songs to be not on par or even close to equal to the previous three albums. I had to get used to them. Then I constantly kept changing which songs I liked and which ones I didn't. And I had to re-listen just to make sure I gave it a fair listen. I would say for this album, if you never heard anything from The Warning before, more than likely you might like this album. But if you heard the other stuff and really enjoyed the other stuff, this might come across as a bit of a disappointment. And there's other things I'm going to say along the way. I don't want to give away too soon. But, that's it for now.
Okay, Dave, you're unmuted now. What is your general experience listening to this?
I was just kidding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, smart ass.
Yeah.
Well, what Louis said, like the first couple of times I heard the album, and I suppose I heard half of these songs live before anyway, through their live shows before I actually heard the record. After a couple of likes, I really like it. I mean, there's some different stuff on here, which is, probably different from the Era album, but that's all right. I mean, growth is great. If they were just going to copy and paste and do another Era album, eventually we're going to say, it's AC/DC. They just sound the same all the time. So I'm all for changing it up a bit and giving a little bit. And you've got to have, you need a wider audience. And to get a wider audience, you need to have different genres of music, I think. And I just think it works really well.
Yeah, this is a video where I'm assuming I will pick up where I left off, getting ripped by the Warning Army from my reaction channel. Yes, in the case of like Kiss, I love the different genres and styles, but this album doesn't even sound like the same band, with the exception of 3 of the releases that I really like. The production on this album is, in my opinion, absolutely horrific. The fuzzy sound on the instruments, the filters on Danny's lead vocals. I understand trying to branch out to a different style and experiment, but do it on a couple songs. Don't do it on an entire album, especially when it comes to the effects on the voice. It truly, to me, sounds like a different band. And I'll piggyback something that Lewis was saying. If you've never heard The Warning before, you might like these. If I had never heard The Warning before and they played me anything other than my top 3 songs, I would have never listened to them again. Not to say that that it's a terrible musical effort. It's just not my kind of music. Like the previous stuff this band has put out has been more rock metal. This is way more pop infused industrial. To me, The Warning didn't need to do the effects. You can play a different style of music, but effects in my mind, short of a little flanger here, there, and the guitar, when you've got the majority of your lead singer through filters and the distortions all fuzz and stuff, all that is to me is masks that all these no talent pop singers use to sound appealing when they have nothing to offer without it. The Warning doesn't need this garbage production. The songs I am not crazy about either. You can definitely tell they had outside influence. Overall, 3 songs I absolutely love to this day, and I loved them from the minute I heard them. Couple of songs are just okay. The rest is almost unlistenable for me. Between the production and just the song structure, we'll get into it song by song, but this was coming off of all of the great stuff. This was a drastic disappointment for me. But again, we'll start off with track number 1 being 6 Feet Deep. Okay, Lewis.
Okay, first of all, you played the video version instead of what the actual track sounds like, because all that open, that ooh coming in, all that is not on the album.
It's just what was on the playlist. Okay. I didn't make it.
All right, I thought you selected from a wrong source or something.
No.
Okay, I'm going to be honest throughout every single one of these songs, in my opinion. The opening, the musical opening, is about 24 seconds long. I think the first 24 seconds is tremendous. After that, the verses are blah, the chorus okay. Song does not live up to the opening. And I selected it as one song that if I never heard it again, I would never miss it.
Honesty. Love it. Dave.
Well, you only get honesty from me too. I mean, you guys talked about the production. I mean, I'm a big Muse fan, so this production doesn't bother me. I don't know if you're familiar with Muse much at all.
That explains a lot.
So I do like the sound of this album because of that Muse style. So I actually like this song. I think it's a great song. I don't think the verses are that bad. So unlike Louis, I'd be quite happy. This is, it's up there as one of my top 6. So
okay. This one for me right off the bat, heavy industrial, fuzz, all that stuff. But to me, when the actual chorus hits, This sounds like it could have been in the grunge era. This is that whiny, dark. Whatever. I mean, it's middle of the road, believe it or not, for me on this album. It gets a lot worse. But yeah, again, the production of this kills it before it even starts. And I don't like that grunge verse delivery style. The whole thing just seems like a whine fest to me on this song. But on to Sick.
Help me now, 'cause I only debate when I see the problem staring straight at my face. I wanna kiss it, make it, make it my own. Wanna tint the color till it's faded and gone. Bleeding just to feel alive. I'm rotting in my place. Life is nothing more than passing time. Give me violence, kill the silence. Till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel, till it makes me feel sick.
Lewis.
Oh, before I get to the song, production is not that big of an issue for me as opposed to song structure. That's probably what bothers me the most through the several of these songs. This one I put as a positive one. I do like this one enough that I would listen to it occasionally. And if I made a warning playlist, this, of my favorite songs, this might wind up on it, but it's not a permanent decision. So I give a positive opinion about Sick.
Okay. Down under.
I go with Louis. I think it's a great song. It's quite heavy. I think, Rob, if you listen, I don't know how much you've listened to some of the live stuff, but if you watch them do these songs live, you'd probably you'd have a different take on the songs, because obviously they don't have all that production. There's a lot more raw sound. But yeah, another song I think is really good. It would definitely be on my playlist.
I'd just like to say something before we keep going. We have to focus on what this album entails and why our opinions about this specific album. Yeah, live versions from them are always a good thing, but we have to concentrate on what this album is and not because there's a better version out there.
Yeah, but a good song, well, a bad song is going to be shit. Doesn't matter if it's studio or live. I'm saying they're good songs. You may not like the way it's produced, but the songs themselves are good songs.
This song I picked is obviously a good one.
Okay, fair enough, guys. Back to the history of my reaction channel. I had a video with over 6,000 views for this. Hundreds of comments, all pretty much telling me to go jump off the nearest bridge. I didn't know what I was talking about. I have no knowledge of music. I am not a musician. Everything they could possibly assume incorrectly was thrown at me because I hated this song. A year later, I hate this song. This is terrible. The fact that they got nothing else to say for a chorus but sick. It's so juvenile. My opinion has not changed. The buzzy, fuzzy, it's terrible. And I understand full well every one of those comments on that video was saying, dude, you need to listen to it. I have. Every song The Warning has available online live, I have heard. I'm the first to say 9 out of 10 times they're better live than they are in the studio, and they're awesome in the studio. That just speaks to their overwhelming talent. But I call a spade as my ears hear him. This is a shit song, live or not live. I don't like the song structure. I don't like the delivery of the vocals. I hate the chorus, and I cannot stand that D. That's so modern poppy garbage for me. I can't express how disappointed I am that these girls decided to experiment this drastically. But thankfully, we have you two on here to keep people watching this video because they pretty much all know where I'm headed here. So we are on to, I laugh and you'll see why.
No need to apologize.
Apologize.
I only ache in the wake of a broken never. There is no thrill in the crime. I have lost the pleasure. Skin on skin means nothing if there is no blood to bleed. Simply quenching hunger doesn't kill the need. Hands always move on their own. Self-inflicted torture. Feel, imitate, stimulate. Futuristic horrors basking in the glory of our manufactured vice. Fade away to nothing, 'cause now nothing will suffice. I don't mean to make you nervous. I've been sad but not depressed. Wasting breath, waiting for nothing, 'cause you won't apologize. Apologize. Clean the mess that you made. Oh, not to the
I can't even give it more time than that. Go ahead, Lewis.
Okay, I want to do a little catch up on something I forgot to do for the 6 Feet Deep. That was written by Daniel Lancaster, Anton DeLost, and Ali Powell and Danny. Sick was written just by Anton DeLost, Ali Powell and Danny. And Apologize, also written by Anton Lost, Ali Powell and Danny. And
So the
reason why-
prevailing thought here is this Anton guy needs to be fucking fired.
There usually other people too involved in this. Now,
Right.
I don't dislike Apologize the way you do. I mean, it's almost like in the same level of Sick, and I felt like Dave and I were getting berated, chastised, scolded, and sent to the woodshed because of our opinion of the song. You felt like you were tearing more into us than you were into the song. But I'm going to put Apologize as one of the ones that are one of the good ones on the album. When I get to the bad ones, all right, the first one was bad. The second two, I think, are pretty good. And we get to number 4. I'll let you know about that.
Beautiful. Dave.
So I will apologise for Rob. Sorry, Rob. All you warning fans, we're here. Rob still likes the warning. Don't worry.
They don't grasp that, though. You'd be surprised. I had video after video praising these girls and their music. And a couple of these songs came out and I didn't like them. And all of a sudden, they all insisted, I hate the warning. It's like they have just tunnel vision. Agree, or you're the enemy.
Yeah, I think they're a bit like the Kiss Army. It was the same when I was growing up, you know. If you dare say something about Kiss bad, it's like, well, I don't really like Kiss, you know. I actually do like the song. I like the way it starts off with that chugging guitar. Like I said, it's not one of my favorites, but it's middle of the road for me. But I still think it's a really good song. Now go for it, Rob.
Okay, well, I got ripped for this too. Still hate the song, guys. Warning Army. Sorry. Still sucks. I don't know what's more annoying, the apologize or the death metal scream apologize. This reminds me of somebody who should be locked in a padded room, right? Going through many different personality disorders at once. You don't know what the hell's going on in this song. All I know is it annoys the hell out of me. So there we go. Now we get to what's that?
I gather you don't like it.
No, and I will not apologize ever. Now we get to Humas Quesadillas, or what else do you want? I don't know how to say the name. I don't even care. What is it? And you guys know how to? Can you pronounce that? Huh?
¿Qué más quieres?
Okay, well, you know what it sounds like to me. What else do you want? That sounds better. Sorry, Spanish speakers. English is just better. So here we go.
El hambre que está consumiendo tu interior, que sin esfuerzo puedo yo saciar. La sed que te da solo me hace recordar con qué poco yo te puedo dar. Sin fallar, lo que tú puedas necesitar, aquí va a estar, aquí está. Dime qué más quieres, ya no te lo niegues. A escondidas como me lo llevo todo. De mí no te vas a esconder, sé que siempre vas a volver. Aunque a veces quieras escapar, yo sé que aquí te vas a quedar.
Louie.
Okay, this one written by Sean Lopez, Catherine Ostenberg, Monica Velez, Pau, Danny, Ali, in a different order this time. Anton Curtis de Los, they call him on this one, unless it's a different person. I believe Monica Velez might be their mother, because that's their last name. Other than
Here's my question, and maybe you can answer it. Why do they feel the need to have 10 people write every goddamn song?
I do not know.
That might be why it goes so many different directions and there's no cohesiveness. I'd like to see who wrote their stuff on the previous albums, because it seems to me like there's way too many cooks in the kitchen on every song here.
On the previous albums, except for one or two songs, the girls wrote all their own stuff.
There you go.
Okay, and I kind of like this song. The English meaning is about a guy that keeps coming back to her, and she's like, well, no matter what, I'm just going to keep abusing you. And what else do you want from me? You know, don't expect me to do much for you. I might do something nice, but don't expect it. I'm more prone to wanting to abuse you than anything else. And I think it would make, if they rewrote the words to rhyme in English, if they put it on the next album, it could be a good save and could be interesting. I kind of like it. It's one of my upper end songs. You know, it may not structured perfectly, but the chorus coming around and all that. So I have a positive opinion about the song. As far as the so-called warning army goes, I don't want to put pigeonhole everybody with the same attitude. I think that some of them just call themselves the warning thugs instead.
Yeah.
All right. That's my opinion. I don't want to berate the entire army, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that think like us, that we have our own minds to say, this is good, this is bad, and everything else. And I'm finished with that.
Davey.
Okay, yeah, out of their Spanish songs, this is probably my least favorite. I actually prefer the chorus more than I prefer the verses. But yeah, I don't want to upset anyone too much, but this would be my least favorite of their Spanish songs so far. And I think a lot of these songs they had sort of written before they got input from other people. So I think the basic ideas were there for a lot of the songs. And then, but you remember with writers these days, you write 2 words and you get a writing credit. So
yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I know we're not supposed to let outside influences taint the song, but when I first heard this song was when I did my reaction to this song, and this video is horrendous. So much so that it took any pleasure I could have had out of listening to the song. I tried to put that behind me when listening to this again. However, when you get to that chorus, I can't ever unsee how Danny and Ali doing the it's horrifically cheesy. The snap head camera angles, I don't care what they were going for. Maybe this is the adult in me not understanding or being appealed by youth. I thought it was stupid. They probably thought it was funny and clever. Horrific. Again, Danny, who has some of the most epic vocals, this just seems like she's screaming noise through this whole thing, much like a lot of this album. I can't help but be honest, people. Take it for what you want. I don't care I can say I'm a Warning fan without, loving every song and in fact despising songs. It's the way it is with Kiss. That's the way it is with any band. And I'm convinced if anybody's honest with themselves, I don't care how diehard you are for whatever artist, if there's a person who loves or at least likes every song that someone has ever done, you're either the rarest of the rare exception or you're lying. And I'm not going to lie. It's been a year. I don't want to hear It Has to Grow on You. I don't want to listen to it live. Any excuses in the comment section. When I say these are bad songs, you don't have to agree. They're bad to me. And they're bad to me because it's not music I like. It certainly resembles nothing in the Warning's previous catalog. Therefore, it is what it is.
Some of my favorite bands have written some of the worst albums I've ever heard. So
Absolutely. Kiss, no exception. I'm the first to admit it. And if you guys aren't big enough to accept that some things that some bands do are not great, I don't know what to tell you. Now we are on to my introduction to the reaction channel and the Warning more.
There's something pulling me away, something criminal, but I can't fight it. Want to tell me what to say, or pull me in and keep me nice and quiet. Keep me here, closer in the clear. Just kill the noise, won't you feel my voice? Give it all up, would you feed my senses? You know you want it, you know that when I need you, do you need me? Yeah, you know I love it when you feed me, yet you leave me begging for more.
Lewis.
Okay, back to the writers. Danielle Rubio, Anton DeLost, Ali Powell, and Danny responsible for this song. I keep going back and forth with this one. Sometimes I can accept it and kind of like it, and other times I'm like, if I never heard it again, I would never miss it. So I don't know exactly where I put the song. It just kind of goes back and forth for me. Initially, I wrote down notes. Does nothing for me. Less would have been more. I don't know. It's like, so that's the way I see it. I can't stick a pin in it and say, yeah, definitely this opinion. It just keeps swaying back and forth.
Fair enough. Dave.
have to disagree with you there. This to me is more that signature Warning sound anyway. So this is probably the first song I heard off this album. I just think it's great. It's got a great energy. It sounds a little bit like Garbage to me, the band, not the Rubbish Collection. It's a good thing because I like that band too. No, this is one of the strongest songs on the album, I think.
Yeah, this is the first song I ever heard by The Warning, and it was when I did the reaction. It was off the MTV Music Awards, I think, and I loved it. It was unique to me. I'd never heard anything quite like this sound, and a lot of the commenters were like, "Well, this is one of their weaker songs." I'm thinking, okay. So then, of course, the album wasn't out yet, so I had to go backwards. And by the time they released another song, I was much more acquainted with their older stuff, which more sounds like to me. A little bit groovier and less hard rock, but the singing style from Danny is the same. I love the song structure, the beat in this. It's just a great song that introduced me to the band, hooked me on the band, and I still love it today.
I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah. Now we move into escapism, I believe. Is that correct? Yes.
Yep.
Get me out of my head, drag me out of my bed, and make me move around to forget. There is time that needs to be wasted. So I close my eyes till it all fades. And so I close my eyes, then it all fades. Yet I'm still making, trying again. But I'll just close my eyes till it all fades.
By the way, those echoes are cool as hell. Anyway, go ahead, Lewis.
Okay, songwriters Kevin Hissink, Anton DeLost, Ali Powell, and Danny. I like the song. The weird beginning I could do without, but I think the bass line's got a cool groove to it. The singing melody, the verse is good. Overall, I call this one of the good songs.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, I like the beginning. It's quite moody. I think it's.
There's a video for this?
No, I said it's very moody.
No, I said there's a video for it.
I don't know. Is there?
Oh, I thought you said you liked the video for this.
No, I said I like the beginning.
The opening, the eerie opening.
Gotcha.
It's got that moody feel to it, and I just like the way it builds into the chorus. Once again, this sounds a little bit more like the warning from Error. So yeah, this is one of my favorite songs in here as well.
Yeah, this is one of my top songs. I love the haunting type sound to this. Like I said, right when we paused it there, the echo that goes on in there is cool. There's a lot of emotion in this song, and it breathes. I think too much of this album is this is more, like you said, Error, even Queen of the Murder Scene, just the plodding, haunting. I like, it's a good song. And Too Satisfied. Sorry, technical difficulty. The damn song wouldn't stop.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Really likes this one. He's going.
All right. I know you guys are probably sick of this, but I'm doing this for the fans also. This song written by Nick Perez, Anton DeLost, Ali Powell, Danny, and Cat Leon, or Leon, whatever it's Leon. I don't know how you pronounce it. Cat with a K. I like the song. I think it has a really cool ripping bass line to it. The verses sing pretty good, and the overall chorus or pre-chorus, whatever that's called, going along with it, it all works for me. And it's one that I would consider possibly a playlist, or at least give it more chance before I decide if it permanently goes to playlist. So my opinion is a positive one for this.
Dave.
My opinion's a positive one for this one too. I love the groove on it. I think it's just a good upbeat driving song. Once again, it's one of those songs on this album that sounds more like, the previous stuff. So yeah. Right up there.
Yeah, I love this song, and I didn't even realize how much till last night when I was going through that part, that pre-chorus, dun 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 dun, the way she sings that, it's just hypnotizing to me. So well done. Definitely a great tune. Then we
See,
move.
They love you
What's
again
that?
now, Rob. They love you
What's that?
again now.
Yeah,
love
they'll
you
love
again
me.
now.
They'll love me for a little bit. All right. Next song is What I Leave Off Was Satisfied, Burnout.
Wasted, never catching up. Still you think you're good enough. You're so blissfully unaware. Drag me down like you never cared. You lost all your ambitions and a part of bad decisions, you know. Oh, you're making it too easy. Best believe you're gonna reap what you sow. Oh, say you got it so bad, baby. That's all you talk about. There ain't even a spark inside you. Nothing I'm proud of. The smoke around you.
Lewis.
Okay, this one's Daniel Lancaster, Anton DeLost, Ali Pound Danny. My opinion is this and another song I can't decide. Oh, I made a rankings list this time. It was an argument between which one would go to the direct bottom, this or the other song. So I don't like it at all, and I'm trying not to let the video influence my decision. This is just strictly from a listening point of view. It's not my kind of music. It's not my kind of thing. That if people say listen to the warning and this was the song you heard, I would never listen to them again. So it's definitely one of those. If I never heard it again, I would never miss it.
Fair enough. Dave.
You don't like that song, Louis?
No, I don't think so. Maybe just a little.
So this song is probably the one on here that reminds me most of Muse. And like I said, I like Muse, but this being said, this is probably the song I dislike the most on the album. Yeah, it's okay. I've heard an acoustic version of them doing it, and it's much better as an acoustic version. So yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Another song I got ripped for back in the day. There's no redeeming qualities here. It's not as horrendous as a couple of them. But way too much vocal filter again, and the chorus is weak at best. And what are they doing before and after Burnout? It sounds like they're playing the kazoo. It's just musically terribly recorded and produced. That fuzzy crap. I don't know. Whatever. I hope they're proud of what they went for. I hope to hell they don't stick with it. We'll see. I'm sure they got another album coming out sooner or later, but hopefully the kazoo is not one of the instruments of choice in the next album. We are going on to Sharks.
There's something lurking in the water. You better swim a little faster now. You better be good. You better bring proof because they're watching over you. It's the meat that really matters. The boats will end up falling out. If you're gonna rock, then act to the rock because they're always watching you. Couldn't be everything that you wanted me to be, but you're keeping me close like an enemy. Help me now, am I supposed to hide? Watch me drown, rip to shreds under the light. Sharks come circling, don't say anything, wait for the teeth to bite you. Shut your mouth, you know they're playing you out. Violence only brings violence.
Okay, Lewis, maybe you can tell me, have you ever met anybody who could control whether or not they bleed because someone tells them not to?
Only if you could put your hand over it or a quick band-aid or anything else, but you just can't stop it at willpower.
All right. Well, what's your take?
I think it's metaphorical.
Okay. Okay. The blame for this goes to Mike Elizondo, Anton DeLost, Ali Poundani, and Sarah Davis. Now, this song here, the opening kind of sounds like a Marilyn Manson thing going on. Yeah. Honestly, this was the other song I couldn't decide whether to put at the bottom of the list or not between Burnout and this. So, you know, that whisper, doubly, and all the other shit. I mean, this, I kind of wanted to save it to the end, but this really goes to show the warning should not work with other people unless,
yeah,
you know, I can't remember what song it was, but it's on the Air album. It was written by someone else, and it just that one person, and it's a pretty good song. I have to go back and recheck that album again, you know, because it's actually, this album has made me fall in love with the songs I didn't care for before on the previous albums, you know. It's like you talk about Judas Priest with their trifecta. Well, 21st Century, Error, and Queen of the Murder Scene is their trifecta. And and I have something else to say at the end of our thing that I'm going to just wait for a bit. So like I said, so there's nothing else to say. I gave you my opinion of the song and the writers, and we're ready to move on to Dave's opinion, which I love when he says, I couldn't disagree with you more.
I couldn't agree with you more. Gotcha.
You got
yeah,
me.
this one, I don't know. The first time I heard it, you know, usually songs grab you pretty quickly when you like them. This one, as many times as I listen to it, still doesn't get me. I think the best part of this song is live when she says, open the pit, and everyone gets into the mosh pit. That's the highlight of the song. Yeah, I've no doubt when they write their next album, it will be just the three of them again. I think this was an experiment to do, but I think they prefer working like they normally do with the three. I just think this was an opportunity to have a go at it, and I think they'll go back to writing the three of them, which is how it should be.
Yeah. Well, again, the warning is talented. They can do almost anything. Stay the hell out of death metal. It doesn't work for you. The music in this is ridiculous, and the whispering, even in the you know, I've always said, and the warning, and a lot of fans on the Reaction channel used to get mad because I didn't give a shit what the lyrics are. Oh, you're disrespecting the artist because you're not, you know, listening to their story. Screw their story. I want to hear something. To me, music is ear candy. But sometimes lyrics are so annoying that you can't help to notice them. There's something in the water. What are you singing about, Jaws? I mean, this is what lyrically I would have expected the 14 and 16-year-old warning girls to be writing about. Just lame, cheesy, cringe-worthy lyrics. The whispering, whether it's or don't bleed. You know, that's what happened to me. The other day I was, you know, out doing some yard work, and a rake come up and hit me in the head. I just kept saying, don't bleed. And it just didn't bleed because I believed. Terrible song. Very juvenile and very death metal-ish. Can't stand it. All right. On to, where the hell are we? Hell You Call a Dream.
I've been invaded by the need to stay inside this cage. Day after day I'm hurting, but I choose to stay this way. Running out of things to say. Isn't it normal to love
Louis.
All right, let's see. Get this shit out of the way here. That's song what 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Matthew Squire, Daniel Lancaster, Curtis Pete Perfs. I can't even read my own writing. Anton Delost, Ali Danny. This is definitely a big improvement over the previous two songs. I like it. I don't know exactly how much I like it, but since it's an improvement, it's like it gets a little bit more of a positive push than the previous two songs. That's
Okay.
it for me.
Dave.
I like it. It's the best song on the album. This to me is if you were going to pick a song to show people off this album who the Warning are, this is the song you pick. This is just anthemic. This is a great song. Like everything about it.
Fell in love with it the first time I heard it. Still love it. This is the Warning. My top 3 songs could all be on Error, which is maybe what really amplifies how lackluster most of the rest of the album is. This album reminds me of a Van Halen album, right? 2 or 3 really good songs that were released that everybody knows, everybody loves, and then the rest don't even come close to measuring up. That's how I feel about this album, but Hell You Call a Dream, amazing song.
I think this was written not long after the Era sessions anyway, so I think they had the basic idea of this before they got into the studio.
Gotcha. Okay, so next up is what? Consume.
Greedy little fucker.
I wear my skin like the burning is. Knowingly thoughtless, I do it regardless. It's a machine, I'm the one running in. Go through the motions, consume all devotion. You greedy little fucker, you sink your teeth and leave me on it for another. You're selfish on it, but you keep it undercover. Let's paint it apart and I'm on it, guard and you willingly participate. You crack a smile and close your eyes and disassociate. Let me like problem, but you know you're still a part of it. You hate that you're part of it, hate that you're part of it. Watch me, touch me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me, am I worth it to you? Shovel it down, my soul, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you. I can prove the thing.
Okay, that's not what they're saying, though, is it?
What?
Yeah.
It
Greedy little
sounds
fucker.
like they're what?
She says greedy little fucker.
She does.
Yeah.
She
That's why
drops
it's got-
the F. She drops the F bomb.
That's why it's got the explicit on the
Okay,
record.
then why did they feel the need to take the F bomb out of the Alanis Morissette cover?
I don't know. I did read something, but I think it was a bit of a decision between a lot of them. But I think Powell said that their mum tried to come up with all different words they could use instead of fucker because she wasn't.
Okay, I get
Wasn't
it. And
happy.
again, we covered this, but they're wholesome girls. I get it. They're good girls, all that stuff. They're adults, right? Adults swear. If you want to talk about being able to relate to other genres, you're going to have to be a little bit more adult and a little less cutesy. So
I think the father liked it.
if that's what they say on here, great, more power to them. I was very disappointed that they felt the need to edit not once but twice the actual words from "You Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette. I think that destroys the effort. Certain songs have a reason, and when you can't even say "go down on him" in a theater, which none of those words together or separately are curse words, you're getting a little ridiculous to me. But okay, I learned something. I just assumed I was hearing it wrong because she was singing so fast and the Warning wouldn't use the F word. And cool.
They do.
All right, Lewis.
Okay, writers Laura Zeltz, Mike Elizondo, Anton Delos, Ali Pound, Danny. I have a positive opinion about this song. I mean, it's got a good groove, a good beat, and everything else. It may not be perfect, whatever, but it's good enough for me to call it a good song.
Okay. Dave.
And I agree with Louis again. It's a great song. I love the fact they dropped the F-bomb in it. Because I was surprised the first time I heard it. I thought the same thing. I thought, did she say fucker? So I went up and looked the lyrics up. I thought, she does say fucker. There you go. So good on you, girls.
It's so fast you can't even tell. I mean, it's like, did I hear that right? What the hell was that? If I'd have had a record player like putting the needle back on, what the fuck did I just miss?
If you watch it live, you can really hear her say it.
Okay. I'm mixed feelings on this song. I like parts of it. Other parts of it are just it's not horrible. It's in my mid pack. Definitely better than most and not as good as some. So is that specific enough?
Is it better than anything off Monster?
Yes. I might put the worst songs on this album above anything on Monster.
Oh my God, you just gave me an idea. They got both the same amount of songs, right? Album versus album, this versus Monster.
Do not make me listen to Monster again. Oh, all right.
That'd be the second time in my life if I did.
All right. The ending track, automatic, not manual, Automatic Sun.
I've been invaded by the need to stay inside this cage. Day after day I'm hurting, but I choose to stay this way. Running out of things to say. Isn't it normal to love what we hate? Straining me out just the same. I'm in too deep. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream.
You know, it just dawned on me. I'm playing Hell You Call a Dream, not Automatic Sun.
Yeah,
And
I thought this song sounded pretty good.
Yeah, you guys didn't bother stopping me.
No,
No,
I like the song.
because I was like, I didn't even think about it.
Shame
I'm
on
like,
you.
wait a minute, why am I liking this song all of a sudden?
What does that mean?
Because I did I said I did like How You Call a Dream. I just wasn't, I just didn't think it was as good as you guys think it is, but I still like
Now
it.
you've changed your mind.
No.
Rob was just trying to push you into liking
I
it
gotta
more.
check something out here. I might have screwed the pooch on this one.
And just go to YouTube and hit one of those.
Yeah,
things like
for
that.
some reason I did not get that. Is this the same thing here? Maybe I got it mislabeled. Yeah, same thing. I screwed up. We're not going to have sound for that one, but we know the song.
Louis can sing it.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Louis can't say he doesn't know it enough. But anyway,
Right.
Wow, it's a shame. You can't just go to YouTube and just grab the song?
Yeah, I can, but it will take a minute.
All right, just
That's right. We got a minute.
Just
All right.
type of Automatic Sun, and I'm sure the video will be right there at the top. Just pick the
Yeah,
one
but you're not going to
picture
hear
the
it.
album cover.
You're not going to hear it the greatest, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot, just so we know the audience knows what we're referring to.
I'm pretty sure they all know these songs very well.
We're talking about new listeners.
The one who called me gay.
Yeah.
I like ballads, though I'm gay.
All right. Can
Louis
you hear it at all?
I hear nothing.
Sounds like an eclipse.
I
All right,
didn't hear that.
We're going to go off the rails here. We might as well do it the right way. Dun, dun.
If I edit all this stuff out.
Edit it out.
No, I know.
Rob keeps
Wrong
it
with
real.
being unprofessional.
Fuck ups are very popular on YouTube.
Saves doing a bloopers reel, doesn't it?
All right, let's do this.
I'm high on the freedom, but somehow
Are we hearing it?
still got
I hear
me
it.
trapped. With silence at midnight, just feels like your nails down my back. Try not to think about it too much, but we wake up everything's finished. Unavoidable headache, but you got me begging instead. Burning your unavailing sun. Look what you're doing to me. Give me your psychosomatic call. Look what you're doing to me.
All right. My
Okay.
turn.
And that was live.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Last one I have to read the song credits to Daniel Lancaster, Anton DeLost, and Ali Pound Danny. I know you guys have a higher opinion of this song. Dave putting it at #1 with the girl rock thing. Me and Rob put it somewhere in the middle of the thing of that list. I'm not crazy about this song. It just doesn't really move me in a way that's warning positive. They have so much other material. I think it's so much better. So this is like a middle of the road song that take it or leave it. I can hear it every now and then, but I would never go and choose to listen to it. That's my opinion.
So it would never hit a playlist for you.
Pretty much would never hit a playlist unless I had a reason to put it on there for something. No, not playlist for me.
Okay. Dave?
Well, I totally disagree with everything Louis just said. Just
I
not to
told you he was
disappoint
going
you
to
there,
say
Louis.
that.
This is a cracker song. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I gave it #1, obviously in the girl rock thing, and it's my #2 song on this album. I think it's just a great song. It's punchy. It's got a great riff, dirty riff too at times. Yeah, I don't know what else you want from them, Louis.
Yeah. This is a great song, and we didn't even get to the bass part. Love this song. One of my top songs on the album. Unlike Dave, I'm not revealing my order as I go.
Sorry. I got excited.
Yeah.
Yes, great song. Great song. Like I said, a handful of these songs are what the warning is supposed to sound like, and the rest of it are not what the warning is supposed to sound like. It's kind of how it plays down with me. But yeah, love that song. So, Lewis, you said you had an order made for once?
I do. And before I start this order, I just want to say my personal take on this album is from its inception, I strongly believe that somehow powerful business people got involved or something and said, listen, you have a choice. Either you got to sleep with these dirty, smelly guys, or you have to write songs with these people, with these other people. And the girl said, well, fans will probably forgive us for collaborating with people that don't know what the hell they're doing, but we can never forgive ourselves if we slept with smelly men. So that's what I think this album came about from that premise.
I enjoy the humor. However, be careful, because the warning fans will tell you that Danny, Pow, and Ali have 100% control of all of their fucking say-so. Anything on the studio, any note played is all their decision. No one can tell them any different. They won't listen to me. They won't listen to the fact that record companies own you. They'll just quote things that they've taken from interviews that the warning somehow, not Van Halen, not Kiss, not Metallica, not AC/DC, none of these bands ever had the clout to say, I have 100% control of everything, but the warning somehow pulled it off. So every decision they made is because they wanted to. We know that's absolutely not the case, being well-educated music fans, but that's how they feel. So
well, this is what I'll say in addition to that. I read that list purposely for one thing only, that when the persons at the beginning of the song are the primary writers and at toward the end they're the supplemental writers. And all those songs, the girls had no primary writing in any of the songs at all.
correct.
So that's why I kept reading the list off to everyone
Like I said,
hear all the names.
reasonable people who have knowledge of the music business and have followed music long enough know that there is not an artist ever born, not Prince, not Elvis, not Michael Jackson, not anybody, until they became Prince, Michael Jackson, and Elvis. You're at the mercy of the record contract. End of discussion. Period. As long as it's not your record company, you will do certain things and play things a certain way, because at the end of the day, they're not going to give you the funding, the money, and the distribution if they don't believe in it, because they're out to make a profit. And for people to believe that 3 young girls who are virtually, I'm sorry, nobody in the realm of established artists could have that kind of creative control without it being their own personal label, you just delusion. There's a reason this is a drastic departure from what we knew as the warning before this. The problem was they were appealing mostly to middle-aged men. The record label, management, whatever, I don't care if management's their best friend. Everybody has a reputation on the line. Everybody wants to make money. You chase things. Speaking as lifelong Kiss fans here, we watched them chase trend after trend. Absolutely, the warning sold out to a style that doesn't suit them on this album. You can agree or not agree. You could say, oh, they just chose to experiment. No, they didn't. You don't choose that vast of a direction change unless you're chasing something. And that is probably not coming out of them. It's probably coming out of the record company saying, you need to appeal towards the Taylor Swift fans, the Katy Perry fans. We got to do this poppy digital crap because that's what the young people love. You can say you like the end product, but don't try to sell me that this was Danny Powell and Allie's decision. This was pushed on them, nudged, whatever you want to call it. They did not choose this on purpose. Sure, part of them maybe wanted to experiment with some things. This is drastic. Whether you like the album or not, you cannot possibly think that this is not a drastic change from the previous 3 albums. And that was not their choice. That was something they had to do. I don't care what they've told you in interviews or magazines or anything else. Nobody's going to come out there and say I was forced to do this. It's called integrity. You want to put the vibe out there like you're doing this for yourself and your fans, when we all know that's not how it works in the music industry. We listened to Kiss tell us everything was about the fans for 50 years. Couldn't be further from the truth. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Number 12. Go ahead.
I think these girls have done more for their fans in the last 5 years than Kiss ever did for theirs, to be honest. But
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying they don't love their fans. I'm saying at the end of the day, when there's dollars and cents and someone's funding you, you don't have full control. You never will.
As I said, I can only go on what I've heard them say. Like obviously the first album.
But we've learned throughout history what the artist says and what comes to fruition as the truth many years later, sometimes decades later, completely different thing.
You see,
I mean, I'll only go with the fact that Lava Records are the guys they signed with. So the first album they did with Lava was Error. I'm not sure why, if you were Lava, you would be saying let's change it completely, because that record was nearly perfect. So
okay, well then what about the massive amounts of songwriters here that Lewis pointed out are the first to be credited on every song?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about who gets credited first. I don't think it makes a lot of difference. From what I've seen, from when they
if you ask, I've seen interviews with Gene Simmons. It absolutely matters who is the order of them songwriting credits. Absolutely matters.
They're the ones that write the most part of the
on
song.
The royalties. That matters big time.
Yeah,
because I think you'll find a lot of the lyrics are written by the girls. Powell writes most of the lyrics, regardless.
Not this time around. The first person listed on any song is the lyric writer. The second person, if there's only 2, is usually the music. If you got 3 or more, then you don't know if the first 2 are lyrics and the third one's the music, or the first one's lyric, or the second 2 are the music. And the only thing you could credit the girls for writing is probably their instrumental parts. That's pretty much, or their solos or whatever, their breakdowns of the songs, instrumental breaks and all that. You can probably credit the girls for that. But as far as the melody structure and the lyrics, that always goes to the first 2 or 3 people on the way the songs are ordered.
They might have wrote the lyrics, but I don't think Dave, I think what you're trying to put out here is that these three girls chose to make everything fuzzy, distorted, and put filters on every vocal effect.
No. I mean, that's what producers tend to do is come up with that kind of concept. I think producers would have a lot of impact on what happened as the way it was recorded, but I think the girls still had most of the impact on what the songs were.
Well, maybe, but to me,
you choose a different.
If that's the case, then we got nothing but this stuff to look forward to. If this is the girls' choice,
I just think they wanted to try something different. Like I said, we think of them as a young band, but this is what their fifth album.
It's their fourth full album, and they have been around quite a little bit of a few years.
So, but to try to appeal to a younger,
remember, Kiss in 7 years went from Kiss to Unmasked.
Right, and what were they doing?
So 7 years is a huge development time for a band.
But what were they doing? That was a drastic turn for them.
It was, but they went back to
chasing.
The normal stuff.
It started with Dynasty and Paul writing "I Was Made for Loving You." They were chasing what? Disco, which was the hugest thing. Then pop became the huge thing. So the very next album was Kiss's poppiest album ever. They were chasing something. They weren't being true to themselves. Just ask them now. And I think that's where the warning is. And I think if I don't know album sales, I don't keep track of the warnings album sales. Plus, they're nowhere near on the scale.
I don't think anyone sells a lot of albums anymore.
Recording artist. But if this band lasts 10 years and 7, 8 albums, this is going to be looked at as one of their failures.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully the next album, hopefully they'll see this video and straighten themselves out. Now, I gave a title for this album that would have been appropriate for everything we heard and went through, and it should be called Victims of the Business. That would be the title for this album.
There you go.
Like I said, there's some good stuff in it.
No one can convince me. Yeah, nobody can convince me that outside people didn't have a hand in how this thing sounds.
Of course it does. As I say, whenever you get different producers, there's going to be a different sound.
Oh, yeah, but they had a different producer on Love Gun as Destroyer, but it was still a Kiss-sounding record.
But it was a completely different sounding record, Destroyer and Love Gun. You can't say.
Yeah, but they were the same genre of music is what I'm saying. They were both hard rock. I'm not talking about the audible bass versus treble. This completely went from a 3-piece hard rock band to how many pop synthesizers and shit can we throw into this thing, and filters and fuzz machines. And even more disturbing, was it you, Lewis, that told me to watch that thing in Poland or was that you, Dave? The warning in Poland, was it?
Must have been, was not me. There's a live.
I'm pretty sure it was Poland. It was within the last couple of years, a live performance. It was absolutely disturbing to me. I think the song was Z that I actually, because I had to skip the first couple songs because for some reason, Thick is their new deuce. It's always got to be number 2, and it's a terrible song. But the amount of keyboards that were being piped in throughout the whole song was disturbing. I have never heard the warning do that ever, especially in a song where the keyboards weren't there to begin with on the album. I see them going down a very unattractive, to me, my music taste road here, and it doesn't look like there's an end in sight. If they're taking songs from Error now and Queen in the Murder Scene, and they're piping in poppy keyboards to back up the choruses, and I'm not talking a deep in the mix filler to thicken the sound. I'm saying it's coming out ahead of the guitar sound. That is something I am not going to enjoy.
The only thing I didn't get that. Yeah. The only thing I keep, I wish you would watch is their 2015 live show when they were just kids. You'd be so amazed how tight they are on stage.
Right. All the more reason something like this disappoints me.
Yeah. So I hope you watch that. Like I said, it's a 42-minute video. Get your wife, get the popcorn. Can you watch videos on your TV in your living room on a big screen?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube videos? Yeah. Just go to YouTube. Just put Warning Live 2015. You'll see it. Lezio de Monterey, whatever, and watch it. I guarantee you will love it.
Well, I've seen the Linero concert. I've seen several of them concerts from the mid 2000s. They're all great shows. But I'm telling you, watch some of the stuff now and notice the difference of they've always used some sort of keyboards piping in. You almost have to as a 3-piece band. But it's ridiculous what I heard. And I'm pretty sure the song was Z, and I'm pretty sure it was live in Poland or something like that. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I'm not saying it sounded terrible if you'd never heard it the right way. I'm saying if they're already shortcutting and changing their hard rock music into poppy music live, I'm out. But number 12, Lewis.
I thought we did everything.
No, we were going to do
Give me your
track.
order. That. I thought you meant the last song on the album.
No.
Okay. All right. So number 12 is Burnout. Could have been Sharks, but Burnout made
Burnout
number
for me.
12.
All right, Dave, number 12.
Burnout.
All right. Number 12 for me is Apologize. Some of the worst lyric writing and delivery I've ever heard in my life. Number 11, Lewis.
Oh, what did you pick for 12?
Apologize.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a stronger opinion about that song than you do. So number 11 is Sharks.
Dave.
The Spanish song. I won't butcher the language, so I can say the Spanish song.
Quesadillas.
I said I won't butcher the language. I'll just go with that.
Quemos quesadillas. Okay. Number 11 for me is Sick. Number 10, Lewis.
6 Feet Deep. But like I said, I love that opening, but the rest of the song does not live up to the opening.
Sharks.
That's your number 10, Dave?
Yeah.
Mine is what I have when I listen to this album, Burnout.
Wow, you like others. You hate other songs more than that. Wow. Okay, we're at number 9.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where I take the beating. I have to fall on the sword. Automatic Sun.
Wow. Okay, Dave.
I like everything from here on in too. So number 9 for me is Apologize.
Okay, number 9 for me is Jaws. There's something in the water.
Yeah.
Sharks.
All right. Okay, number 8. This is where it starts to get good, but not really. More. I like that more than the other 4 songs I picked.
Christ. All right, Dave.
Number 8 is Sick.
And number 8, I got Consume.
Greedy little fucker.
That should actually bump it up a couple notches. Okay, Lewis.
Okay, like I said, these are good in my opinion, reasonably good, even though it's a little low for your guys' opinion. Hell You Call a Dream, number 7.
Jesus Christ, it's like you're listening to a different album.
What are you smoking there? Okay. We're number 7. I forgot where we are now.
These.
7, is it?
Yeah, 7, yes.
You're smoking Indians. Number 7 for me is 6 Feet Deep.
Number 7 for me is Queso Quesadillas.
Say so.
Yeah, number 6. Escapism for number 6.
Hey, Dave.
Consume, greedy little fucker.
What was your number 6 there, Lewis?
Escapism.
Okay. Mine is 6 Feet Deep.
6 Feet Deep.
Louis, number 5.
Number 5, Satisfied.
Number 5, I'm satisfied as well.
Number 5 on up is what I would listen to on a playlist. And number 5 is Escapism.
Okay.
Oops.
Number 4, I like this song obviously better than you guys. Consume. I don't care about it. I just like the groove of the song, and it's got a cool bass going on. So, yep, number 4, Consume.
I had it at number 6. I didn't have it far away. Number 4 for me is More.
And number 4 for me is Satisfied.
Okay. I like this song a lot, and I don't care if it stops. It goes, Apologize. Number 3.
I like it
Oh.
too, so don't apologize. Number 3 for me is Escapism.
All right, my top 3 are, to me, all-time great Warning songs. Number 3 being More.
Okay. Number 2, the song Rob hates the most. I thought by now he would have liked it. Sick. I like that song.
Actually, I hated Apologize more.
Okay, whatever. But I
It's
remember
close.
how much you.
It's close.
He apologised for being sick.
Yes.
Number 2 for me is Automatic Sun.
Number 2 for me is Automatic Sun.
Okay, so that leaves only one song for Lou, and it's going to be a song you got. I like the song. I wish it was in English and restructured, but I think it's got a good tempo, beat, and melody, and everything else, and good chorus. Que Más Quieres? I like it. I think an English version would benefit them very well.
I like a good quesadilla too once in a while. I'm just not crazy about the song. I'm going to catch a lot of heat, I think, from our Spanish speaking viewers, but I don't care. If you can't have a sense of humor, you're on the wrong show. Number 1, Dave.
That's why I didn't say it, because I don't want to butcher their language. So, number 1, easily Hell You Call a Dream.
C. I agree.
I know that one.
Hell You Call a Dream, number 1.
Easy number 1.
Yeah.
Where did you have that, Louis?
That was number 7 for me, because I think all the other songs are better.
That power note that she screams out at that last chorus thing is worth a number 1 rating in itself.
And she can do it live, which is even
better.
And
not only does she do that, she sings the part coming up to it, then cuts off and goes into that while Pow completes it. It's amazing what she can do. Again, I think, and you know what? Y'all should have learned from my reaction channel. Anything I say, if it's negative, I make sure it comes out even worse than I actually think, just to get under your skin. All of my co-hosts knew this before they became co-hosts. They all watched the channel. They knew when I was ribbing and when I wasn't, and when I was exaggerating for effect. Do I like this album? No. Do I hate Sick and Apologize? Absolutely. I'm going to make things sound that much worse because you guys let it get under your skin. And in the comments section, when you all think you're sticking it to me, I'm grinning ear to ear. So understand that we all love the Warning. Some of us more than others. Some of us are more drastic when calling out their shortcomings than others. But the bottom line is it's a great band. We all love them. It just is what it is, man. Some of us just have fun being negative.
And like I said, I've always said the thing I like about this channel the most is we've all got different opinions, which is great because
absolutely,
like I said, we all just sat here and agreed with each other. It'd be boring. And
it's allowed, people. People are allowed to think differently than you. It's okay.
You know,
don't let it change your opinion.
Yeah. Like with me, where I put Hell You Call a Dream is because I made the list a few days ago, and I still kind of, it's like after listening again, it's like would probably move up to maybe 3rd or 4th place or something.
It's because you're an idiot, Lou.
No, that's not the reason. You know what it is? You know what it is? Let me take these off for a second. I won't be able to hear myself. You see these and you see these. I listen with these. I don't listen with these. So
well, I listen with just that well,
how they look is unimportant to me when I pick the songs.
I didn't pick Hell You Call a Dream because they look pretty, because they look pretty in everything they do. So,
yeah. I mean, they look pretty in the video for Sick. Still a shitty song.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't have that much of a problem with Sick as you do. You know, I think it's got the good thing going on with it.
I hate cleaning
me out.
up.
You better apologize.
I hate cleaning Sick up, though, don't you?
Oh, I had fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in the Warning. I'm not a Warning fan, site subscriber or something. I would hope they got an album coming out soon because this thing was put out like a year ago already, right?
Maybe more than that. Whatever.
Maybe you loyalists in the comments can tell me if you've heard, if they have any. Are they working on stuff? Are they writing? Do they have plans? I know that they've told me in the comments that they're still under contract for like 2 more albums.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
hopefully they don't do what some bands do nowadays and wait 5 years. I hate that. But that's coming from us in the 70s. We were used to our bands putting out an album or two every year. So
They seem to me like they'll be a lot more productive than that.
let's hope. Okay. Well, I think we've covered Keep Me Fed. What do you guys want to do next? Do you want to go to the EP or do you want to go 21st Century?
Let's do the EP first. That way we end on a good note with 21st Century. I mean, they're both good albums, but we could end on a bigger thing with 21st Century as opposed to just ending with the EP.
It's up to you guys. I never heard either one of them. I briefly started in the 21st Century before we shifted to Error, but
yeah, Keep Me Fed came out just last year, June.
Isn't the EP, that's going to be a short video, that EP, but yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
How many songs on the EP?
6. I think it's 6 songs. Well, actually 7. I think two songs there's the regular version and a piano version of Escape the Mind. So that's like
they're on there
twice.
Might have to play the whole song, Rob.
I said it was just it was just June of last year that this album was released.
Oh, so it's not even a year old yet.
No, it's not even a year old yet.
Okay. All right, good enough.
The EP.
So there you go. All the viewers have it. They're gonna destroy us in the comments. Well, me and Lewis. Dave didn't really say anything bad.
Hi guys.
But you know, it is what it is. You just understand that we still love the band. We call it like we hear it. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.
Two brothers smashing